Welcome to the live stream. I wanted to do just a quick video here about Cardinal Mahony. Now, obviously, you know the USCCB meeting has started. We have no idea what happened on Monday. It was closed to the public, no information. So we don't know who said what or if anyone criticized another bishop in front of all the other bishops, but there's no information that came out of that meeting, so I don't know. Day one open to the public was Tuesday today, and there was not a whole lot of notable bishop speeches in this one. But what I did want to talk about today was before this meeting even started, Vatican News released an interview with Cardinal Mahony. And now, what I want to say about this, well, okay, it was released November 15th. And I don't know, that would have been Monday. I don't know, like, if this must have been after part of the meeting was the meeting had already taken place. And I think, so Vatican News is the Vatican's propaganda wing. And if you know Cardinal Mahony, you will know that when he was Cardinal of Los Angeles, he ended up paying out $600 million in abuse payouts. At the same time, whenever they were covering up those crimes, Cardinal Mahony he had a public dispute with Mother Angelica on the topic of the real presence in the Eucharist, believe it or not. And this is what we're talking about, and this is what he talks about. He talks about the real presence of the Eucharist in the interview, which is very interesting. Mother Angelica was very disappointed and with his seemingly attempt to diminish the real presence in the Eucharist. And Cardinal Mahony spent 6 years trying to lobby the Vatican to get her shut down, and it didn't work. Meanwhile, he should have taken a look at what was happening in his own diocese, because he ended up paying out $600 million. But anyway, we're moving on. And Cardinal Mahony he was interviewed by the Vatican News, the propaganda wing for the Vatican, about this document on the Eucharist. Do you think Cardinal Mahony would be a good person to interview on this? Even just based on his interactions with Mother Angelica? No. The answer is no. So anyway, it says here, the question is about the document. You sent an open letter to your brother bishops in September regarding the proposed document on the Eucharist that will be discussed by the USCCB. Can you tell us your thoughts on the proposed document? He says, I think it's unfortunate we're even having this document before us, because recall this topic came up with the ad limina visit we had in January 2020. The Holy Father, of course, is always looking for the path of encounter, dialogue, all that modernist nonsense. And then further down, it asks him, it says, you brought up the fact that the original debate with the document was definitely about the fact that it was concentrating perhaps on targeting a message to pro-choice politicians. Doesn't even refer to them as pro-abortion politicians. And yet Catholics in the United States and other places in the world have yet to endure a lot of revelation about the scandalous behavior regarding priests and bishops. Why haven't we heard something similar about these sins against communion? He said, Cardinal Mahony says, precisely. First of all, we are a democratic republic. Our country's path is one of separation of church and state. And so it's a very difficult positions for politicians, Catholics. All right, so I'm not even going to read this. You can read it yourself if you want to. Cardinal Mahony, absolutely rotten cardinal. And interestingly, in 2013, Archbishop Gomez barred Cardinal Mahony from any public ministry in Los Angeles. And so you see the dynamics at play here. Was this an attempt by the Vatican to undermine Archbishop Gomez? Because Archbishop Gomez recently gave an interview or a statement. He released a statement about how justice is becoming a religion. And I'm sure that most of the people in the Vatican were very unhappy to hear that. And Archbishop Gomez, well, he hasn't really been outspoken strongly in favor of the Catholic faith and against the modernist ideals of the Vatican. This, to me, I see this as an attempt to undermine Archbishop Gomez by giving an interview with disgraced Cardinal Mahony. Um, this Vatican. I mean, he's not disgraced in the Vatican, but he's disgraced literally everywhere else, and just it makes no sense to me why they would even consider giving him a platform. But here, and furthermore, why is he even allowed to participate at the USCCB meeting? He costed them. He costed his archdiocese $600 million because of his negligence. Why would you let him speak at all? Why wouldn't you kick him out of the conference? Is this what we're all about? I mean, like even Cardinal Wuerl spoke at the one USCCB meeting. Why? Why is he allowed to speak? Like, why are these people allowed to speak? It makes no sense. Okay, so RR asks, are you thinking about streaming any interesting parts of the USCCB? Yeah, I'm posting videos of it. If you want to stream the whole USCCB meeting, I posted a link to where you can watch the whole thing, see everything that they did. But I'm not going to. I might do a recap at the end because they did have elections, and I was a little surprised at who was elected for some of these positions. But at the end of the day, does it really matter? Will it affect anything? Will it affect any of us in any way? I don't know. For the American bishops, making sense doesn't matter. Yeah, exactly. And I don't do a lot of rants, but I mean, this was something I was like, this is ridiculous. Why? I mean, I think it seems like it really seems like why I'm asking the question why, but it really seems like they're trying to undermine Archbishop Gomez at the USCCB because the Vatican obviously didn't want them to move ahead with this document on the Eucharist, and Archbishop Gomez moved forward with it anyway, despite the Vatican's attempts to undermine that document. And so now they're trying to get Cardinal Mahony to undermine it as well. And I mean, it's kind of like, all right, so do you want investing advice from Bernie Madoff? I mean, he was very successful for a long time. You know, do you want advice on the Eucharist from Cardinal Mahony whenever Mother Angelica specifically called him out for his supposed undermining of the real presence? All right. Anyway, that's it. Stay tuned. Tomorrow seems to be. It would seem to be a lot more interesting in terms of the USCCB meeting. Wednesday and Thursday, I expect to be posting some video clips. I don't know how many, but that's what I got. So thank you so much for watching. We are the laity, and we will not be silent.